Hello there, this is Cookies. I've got turn 77 of M.A. Naba. So we cast Plague of Locusts. This is to help control our Dominion. We're still getting down pushed really hard. All of our Mukrib are preaching instead of researching unless they're in the army. So this is to help that out. We also cast Raven Feast, so 3 air gems into 13 death. And we get hit by another wave of Earth Elementals, so this time by 4 of them. Let's go ahead and see how we do. So another Mukrib. I don't think he's going to have a good time. We get some more Serpent Fiends. Let's see. Oh, this one goes for a vampire. Let's see if the vampire can defend himself. Horde of Skeletons, giving it some chaff. Ooh, Disintegrate is good. Alright, so vampire defends. We have a Camel Rider with no gear, so just a little commander. He loses. Let's see, Serpent Fiends, and then another Mukrib. So this one's crippled, so might be nice. In some ways, we'll get to recruit new Mukrib at some point. Although we're starting to run low for the +3 magic boost out of the Communion. So these Earth Elementals are definitely taking a toll. In Helbathria, we see special monsters attacking. So we've got a Mind Slime Horror. This is probably Pyrene doing, I think, Send Horror. She's probably got a big Astral Bloodcaster. This thing's invisible. It's got Spirit Form. It's a whole bunch of weakness tentacles. Now, MR does negate this, but it also does -5 armor piercing damage, so it does pretty weak armor piercing attacks. That's 6. Let's see, we do have this Tart down here. So we have an Earth 6 Tartarian. And we'll see what happens. Does this guy have magic? Oh, he's Astral 5. Soul Slide. Alright. Let's see if this guy gets Soul Slide. Really needed to be on advancing cast. Probably gonna get Soul Slide. Oh, the guy's just casting. Oh, now he's getting close. She's doing Paralyze. It hasn't worked yet. 27 MR is very high. Alright. Well, I was kind of expecting him to get Soul Slade, but 27 MR is quite high. So, alright, so Ulm fends that off. Now we have some more blood hunting. And now, after these earth attacks, our Shaitan are going to go ahead and counter assassinate. So first up, we have an Earth Reader. Well, this isn't a Shaitan, but it is our Master Assassin, who is a mercenary that we've hired. This guy's -8. Yeah, they have Undying 10. So he dies. Then we have a Shaitan with a Flesh Eater and a Fire Gem going up against a Golem Crafter. Phoenix Pyre, or Power, Nest of Salamanders against Iron Skin and Frozen Heart. Now the Frozen Heart hurts because we do have Susceptible to Cold. So we pick up a Battle Fright Affliction. So that did 16 points of damage. So we are scared. We hit back with Smokeless Flame and a ton of poison, and we do manage to kill him right as our guy was about to run. So we barely won that one. Alright, and then we stole another Golem Crafter, an Olm Sage. We find a Tomb Oracle. So here we have Deadpool. He's our arena champion. So he's got the Champion's Gladius, which gives him luck and quickness amongst I think a little bit of other stuff. Not much. It's also got a Flesh Eater for the Berserker to hopefully keep him in the assassination battle. We can see it didn't help in the last one, but maybe it'll help here. We have a Copper Plate for doing some lightning damage. He's also got 15 SR. He's got an Amulet of Giants, so he's up at 40 hit points. And he's got an LLP. So this guy's a much heavier assassin. Got Phoenix Pyre. I think we should be good now. You know, this guy is at 11 protection. Now, notably, this is Agartha's Prophet. He is twice born, though. He's got 20 hit points. He's Holy 4, so pretty cool there. And because we've been preaching, he's only preaching on this fort. He's down to 20 hit points. He does have invulnerability 25, so he's got protection versus mundane of 25. So he's pretty much immune to the M's, but not the Shaitan. But the Shaitan is also not immune to the magic of this guy. Now, he would have a hard time hitting the Shaitan with 13 attack against Unseen. And yeah, the Shaitan does jump in and ends up killing him. Using the Champion's Gladius and Flesh Eater, hits on both, rolls a lot of damage on both. So, yeah, just goes ahead and kills that. So we've killed his Prophet. And then we steal a Oracle of the Ancients, an Olm Sage, a Golem Crafter. So the Oracle of the Ancients could be really nice for us. A big Earth Mage with a lot of HP and Holy 3 is amazing. So let's go ahead and see how the battles go. We have 2 battles between Man and Asphodel that we managed to catch. So we see a pack of Knights going up against just a Centaur, 1 PD in Capria. Another pack of Knights, so it seems like a standard raiding party. And we have what looks like just some mannequins that have spawned here. So we'll go ahead and watch this one. Looks like some of them have luck as well. They've got a lot of MR, so the Sleep Vines are going to have a hard time knocking them out. Alright. And they're definitely not going to harass them down to be able to hit them with the Sleep Vines. Alright. So we see this, they just killed 37 mannequins. Over here in Caverns of Gnek, out comes the lion again, this time with no gems. So this one I do not like. So he's going to try to SC the army. Yeah, Moss Body is immediately popped. And that's mostly because a lot of the thugging paths got nerfed coming to Dominion 6, or some of the thugging spells. So Mist Form and Moss Body, I think both ate nerfs to their effectiveness. But I don't know, I think this guy would do a lot better casting a couple of big spells for your army and doing stuff with your army. Gem burning again. But I mean, gem burning is also valuable. I hate that little bug where I click on these and it opens some troop menu. So he is regening pretty well. He's got a lot of hit points. Does throw up Moss Body. Well, let me... Might be hard to see the spells. Personal regen. But now the Storm Demons have moved up, so we just got a ton of lightning. And he dies. Alright. Then in Tunnels of the Lost, we're going to go ahead and raid Agartha here. Or no, we get raided by Agartha. So we've got a Golem Crafter and Third Thug's the Charm with a Moonblade, an Ice Helmet, Jade Armor, Chains of Reconstruction, and Enchanted Salt this time. And Enchanted Salt is really neat because it will stun Jinn. And what that'll let him do is be able to whack the Jinn really easily because it's stunned. So the Jinn have a salt vulnerability. It's even in the description. And the Janoon of Ubar in particular. So we're the middle-aged version of Ubar. So as the Ba are sensitive to salt. So you can, an enchanted salt will not only cause discomfort, but outright harm. An enchanted salt thrown at the unseen will stun them, harm them, and disrupt their glamour and force them to become visible. So, and then combined with the Moonblade, which does a bonus versus magic beings, then he'll, along with big stat buffs, he'll just be able to kill the Jinn. So this thug is kind of like a counter thug to my counter thug, but he won't do as well in terms of it won't help him versus the Send to the Inferno thing because there is no counter to that. Like staying out of range is the only counter. We're trying to bait it out on other stuff. So that mechanic doesn't really have a lot of counterplay, but he can play around various counter thugs I have, like my Gate Cleaver thugs. And this would probably do a pretty good job of killing the Gate Cleaver thug. Alright, now over here, so my Shaitan have pulled away their victims over here. So we've got a Golem Crafter, we've got the Olm Sage, who's got a Water Lens, and we've got Boulder Spine here, who is 1 water, 4 earth, 1 death, holy 3. So this guy's amazing. So hopefully, we're probably going to lose this province, but hopefully they'll all run away successfully to the neighboring province, that I have a citadel on. And if I'd thought about that more, I should have added some PD here to help HP route this group. Ooh, Shatter is good. Let me see if we hit him with blindness. So we did get him with blindness, so now his attacks are not good. Thankfully, he's gone for the Golem Crafter. Of all the people here, I want to keep this guy. So hopefully he'll route. No, he's not routed. Oh, he did route. There we go. So if he routes successfully, that'll be good for us. Yep, so we get to keep the Oracle of the Ancients, which is fantastic. Mildeep gets conquered by the enemy. Or Miledeep. I keep calling it Mildeep. It's Miledeep. Now, this is their fort. I didn't want to leave a Janguard on it to keep it under siege, so that's why it got reconquered without a fight. In Oak Beach, we see Pyrene and Ulm fighting it out. So Pyrene is storming another fort. There's not much inside, but we'll go ahead and watch this. It should gem burn this army, though. So we see Blood Rain come out. They've got to fight their way through the gate guard, but if anyone can do it, it's these Demon Knights with their Fear Aura. Bluffed with regen. Looks like they're all on an attack rear. Just killing their way through the mages. Alright. So we've got, oops, I was here. He didn't lose anybody that time. No friendly fire. And then in Caverns of Gnek, we have Vanarus storming Abyssia. So we've got this golem with a banner of the Northern Star, which is pretty cool. So that'll help his little lizard shamans. So like this one. Yeah, so if they have an item, they go up to Astral 3, otherwise they're Astral 2. So it does give them some turn 1 Soul Slay in the army, which is pretty nice. He's also got this Fairy Queen here. And a Queen of Thunder. Very cool. It seems like everyone has more air income than I do, that's for sure. Alright. And over here, we've got the block of troops, along with the Caledonian Boar that looks like it's been added. Spiked barbs. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. Unfortunately, the troops have all run forward. The Zemays have jumped on the mages and just obliterated the mages. You can see there's a couple of them left, but they're not doing well. And I think this is all the leadership. We'll check in just a second as they kill these last couple of mages. So let's go ahead and check the commander list. And you can see the Abyssian leadership is toast. So we've got one warlord down here. Who is right here in the heart of combat. He's routing. So Abyssia's army is routed. I'm not sure if all the units, it looks like the units have realized it too. So this battle is over. The Zemay attack rear, doing Abyssia in. And just a lot more magic and projectiles. So we've got a bunch of storm demons here. We've got a bunch of Oathbound. We've got these guys shooting their Banefire bows. So the rest of this is just cleaning up and getting experience. Soaring Army coming out. You can check the buffs on these guys. So they've got Will of the Fates. We've got magic weapons from their Bless. Again, this is the Bless. So a bunch of shock res, fire res, magic weapons, attack skill. Very nice Bless. I like it. Even is that Berserker? Huh. So pretty cool Bless. They're an army of giants. They've got all these resists. And yeah, I think that's most of it. You can kind of see what's going on here. Anti-magic, of course. No rush of strength. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe he just didn't feel like he needed it. But yeah, just cleaning up the army. Got relief, Light of the Northern Star, and that's all she wrote. So Vanarus loses 7 Shoot Herdmen, 30 Skin Shifters, 1 Zemay, about 42 troops in total, wipes out an army of 346. So a big victory for Vanarus, and combined with killing the god, it ends the second sun, and there's only one Abyssia for it left. So Abyssia's toast at this point. I think we suspected he was toast from before, but definitely toast now. And we get a bunch of good events. So we get blood slaves, we get gems, we get province income, and we get a few units cursed, which is fine. Stars are right for enchantments, and that is in 6 months. Then we lose 2 mages to disease, and our assassin leaves us. And I was having problems rebidding him for some reason. It was because he was technically in enemy territory. So he leaves, and we'll have to rehire him if we want him again. Now, with that big wave of assassinations going back and forth, including killing his prophet, we have managed to crack the fort this time. And we're going to go ahead and storm. So we've unloaded all the gems in case we get gem baited from the gem mules. We can't storm with our pretender, so he's going to sit outside. We are going to do a couple more corruptions, I think. Yeah, we've got 2. And we've got a fair amount of magic. So we've got anti-magic, marble army, thunderfend. I think we've moved some of the spells around. We've got firefend, but the core of it is still the same. Gift of the Furies. We have added Light of the Northern Star and Wailing Winds. Some Steel Slice Warriors, Rush of Strength, Life for Life, more Steel Slice Warriors, Gift of the Furies. Will of the Fates is now on this Mukarib. Army of Giants, Army Regen, and some Quickening Casts. Oh, we've got some redundant Rush of Strength. We missed Arrowfin, Doom, Soaring Army. Soaring Army to get over the walls. We've got Frostfend, try to get rid of some of that Frozen Heart damage. Another Firefend caster, just in case. We did turn off Flameflesh Army. I think that was the trade-off for doing the Cold Fend. So I think we're ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and try to storm. We've got a fair number of thugs. So we've got Gate Cleaver and Smasher thugs kind of mixed in throughout the army, and this GSS thug. This guy's got a Smasher. This guy's got a Gate Cleaver. If we lose this army, we're going to be sad. That is for sure. We got another Smasher. Not the GSS. Yeah, so just a fair number of thugs, and we'll go ahead and storm. In terms of the raiding game, Agartha's mostly retook everything except Undermountain because I've got this fort here. I'm going to go ahead and retreat Boulder Spine, and we're going to go ahead and Temple Undermountain. Start working the candles. We're also, because he's moved a thug out in the open, we're going to do another magic phase. So Go to Hell is going to try and redeem himself. We're forging our first bloodstones. So we've empowered a Sahir in blood. So we're going to start making bloodstones, making a crown of bones so we can move undead around if we need to. Using a commander that doesn't have that leadership type. Doing a Ring of Returning for, I don't know, a thug if we need it. I feel like 1 Ring of Returning is always nice. Skull of Fire, some more Bloodthorns, Lightless Lanterns, more Blood Hunting. We're re-upping our Dome of Flaming Death. It's been a while. It's mostly for people scrying on us, if anyone tries to do that. We're also doing Raven Feast. We're going to cast 3 red seconds at Mir in 128, which is over here. So we're going to go ahead and fort that temple that we've built there. Horde from Hell is going to go ahead and support that Chaitin. Making some Boots of the Messenger, continuing to Blood Hunt, making some more Lightless Lanterns. I'd like to start recovering my Research Graph, now that I realize just how far behind I am. And we're going to start casting Infernal Tempest, so we're going to start turning on the Storm Demon production in a big way. One thing that I do need to think about is how I'm going to counter these Demon Knights. So I'll probably need to think on that for a little bit. We'll definitely need Demon Cleansing. But what gets paired with that is probably gonna I'll have to figure that out. What I'm thinking is maybe the Storm Demons plus Demon Cleansing, and hopefully they'll be able to one-shot the Demon Knights if needed. So that's kind of the thought process there. Even if they get one shot in return, hopefully it'll be enough to really put it killing on those Demon Knights. Maybe I could start trying to put together a caster for something like Dark Vines. And start getting some, like a Dark Vine front line to hold back the tide, so to speak, while they shoot lightning into them. So I think that's it here. We're going to go ahead and storm. And we're sending the Chaitin back into Mountain's Mist. They could try moving on to a new fort, but they're coming back in case I fail. I want to kill enough mage leadership that he won't be able to do anything with a successful defense, like in terms of starting to counterattack. So that's kind of the idea there. And we're also moving in some birds to keep it sieged. If we fail again, maybe we can re-up the siege. So I think that's it for this one. Oh, I guess now's a good time to talk about kind of like the broader picture. So we see Vanarus down here. They're finishing up taking over Abyssia. They have not yet made a move on Agartha's throne. So I'm less concerned about a throne rush from Vanarus than I am a throne rush from Pyrene. Because Pyrene, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 thrones, could make a move on Man rather than having to fight Vanarus. And if they took these remaining 2 thrones, then they would win the game. So we're going to have to start. We do need to finish killing Agartha because we need that gem income. And it would also be nice to get to our first throne and secure some new territory. I think I've been too passive most of this game. So we need to do that, but we need to also start putting together maybe a second army here in Kaseftia. And the goal for this army would be to help Man defend Green Coast if Pyrene goes for a throne rush. So we're starting to move some stuff into position here. We have all these patrollers. So we have oh, this is a mistake where I just built all these up and forgot to put them on a commander. But we do have a whole bunch of Serpent Fiends here that can help with providing chaff. We have a bunch of blood and fire mages, so we could do a big Sabbath. We do have a Chaitin over here. We're going to get some Storm Demons. We've got some Malika. So it's not a complete army. It would be like a medium commitment army. But if we start shifting some more mage diversity over there and keep building up the chaff numbers, we could have a real army that could help defend against a throne rush, at least in Green Coast. So that's kind of the plan there. And I think that's it for the turn. So that would put Zan 3 away from winning. So he would he either would need to fight Pyrene or also invade Man and get Man's 2 thrones, but that's harder for him than it is for Pyrene. So I'm less concerned about a throne rush from Vanarus than I am from Pyrene. Alright, and I think that's it for this one. So I'll go ahead and see you in the next one in turn 78. Have a good one.